edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a Thirsty Thursday. Full house, Barnes, Tony, Zach, and Danny. Another Yankee win. Scottish Open in progress. Double dip for the Mets today.
That's right, dude.
So a lot going on. What is going on with you fellas?
Not much, man. Stoked to be here. You said it, dude. Thirsty Thursdays. I'm thirsty. And yeah, I guess it was a good win by the Yankees, I guess, last night.
Yeah, okay. No, and I have to bring this, and I want to go back to something that we've talked about a lot before. And it's my fault, I will say. I'm just like, I know the deal. I can't let other people, get an outrage to affect how I think. But just one more time, I'm probably gonna bring this up for a while.
What do you mean?
I was looking at the comments on the TikTok short, Gary Cohen, every single Mets fan in the tri-state area commenting about it. And the thing that bothers me is because, I know the easy thing, especially, you see a video, I'm wearing a Yankee hat. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's just because the Yankees. But if you think back to when we first started talking about it, what's the first thing that I said with that booth? I said, I think Ron Darling is great. Mm-hmm. So that's why I feel like saying that it's it's a Yankee thing is not true. It's not the case. And it's the points about Keith, being arrogant and half asleep and high on drugs half the time is true. And then Gary Cohen does sound nasally. So what am I missing that is I just want to know what I'm missing here.
Dude, there's 190 comments on this video.
But I want to know what I'm missing though. Because how am I not qualified to give an opinion on this if I'm saying I think Ron Darling is great? I'll even take it a step further. Because he's a commentator. Ron Darling is just as good of a commentator as Paul O'Neill is. Tell me how it's it's the Mets. It's the Mets. It's not fucking Mets. Gary Cohen sounds like a weasel. What do you want me to say? Why are we acting like that's not true?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, listen, I think that there is, obviously a certain connotation when you're sitting up there and you are in your Yankees head. It's not a great look. I mean, it's going to look like you're just a Yankee fan.
But I'm saying there, what about the way that Gary Cohen sounds? You turn on the broadcast and he's and Alonzo, he does say it like that. So
I don't think he sounds just like that.
Go ahead, pull it up then. Pull up Gary Cohen.
He doesn't sound exactly like that though. He doesn't. He doesn't.
So how would you imitate it then?
Listen, I'm not saying that it's not similar.
Out of here.
No, it doesn't sound that deep nasally. There is more.
You can't.
I can't imitate him. No, neither can you, obviously. So it's I don't know what you want to do, but obviously people do think that they're a great booth. Which I think they are.
But what about the point about Keith? Why it's funny that Keith is just high and just.
Listen, sometimes he's a little out there for sure, but honestly, there's a ton of broadcasting groups out there that are the same deal. There's a lot of old people that commentate baseball and that aren't that great. Sterling on his way out, he made a lot of mistakes.
But I just feel there was an enjoyment to hearing the passion in his voice, when good things would happen for the Yankees, and I just don't get that with Keith. And then Gary Cohen, it just that I don't know, the way he sounds, it just sounds boring.
That's just your opinion.
But can we play something? Michael knows it. I know he does.
You want to pull up any Gary Cohen call? What's up, dude?
Yankee win.
I don't know. You want to pull up his call, Zach? From I don't know. Pull up the Alonzo home run off of Williams. That was a good call.
No, he didn't call that. It was playoffs.
Oh, that's right. It was playoffs.
That was Howie Rose, who literally sounds just like that.
That was a great call though by Howie Rose.
But he's another one. He has the same. We've talked about this before, but he has the same type of snarl in his voice.
Well, it's just what happens when you were raised in New York at that time, dude. They speak like that.
But but I'm saying, so you couple that. So I guess my point is, what am I missing? What is so specifically with Gary Cohen? Like, what does he do that is so great? Like, you want to talk about like Yankee pajamas? Like, I think there's Met pajamas here. I don't understand, other than he's been there broadcasting forever. Like, what is so outstanding of a job that Gary Cohen does? And I'm not saying that Michael Kay is Vince Scully, but I just don't understand why Gary Cohen is Vince Scully.
I mean, I don't think anyone's comparing him to Vince Scully. I don't know.
I mean, it's like, best booth by far, best booth. Why? Like, can you give me something like?
Yeah, I mean, I think that their chemistry between the three of those guys is really good. I mean, like, we've heard like broadcasts, like national broadcasts, where it's pretty clear that the two guys have problems with each other, and that affects the game. I don't think there's no drop off between those three guys, and even when like Keith isn't on the road, and it's just like Ron and Cohen. I mean, they're still great. And I don't know, I like his home runs calls. I mean, the well of knowledge he has there, as again with any other broadcaster, certainly. But it's, it's not like it's the three of them that I think make it so good. They have great chemistry together. They tell funny stories, I guess, sometimes, and maybe sometimes they're a little bit off their rocker. But again, I mean, like, in my opinion, it makes the games better. I mean, which is obviously what any announcer is going to try to do. And also, I mean, personally, I am from a broadcasting aspect. I mean, I do think the SNY broadcast as a whole is better than any other one.
Yeah, I guess it's like I said, and because of the fact that I can recognize that Ron Darling knows his baseball, like, he's good. It's just like, for me, I think, like, and I know we've talked about this many times, but like when Keith said that he doesn't want to do Phillies games because they don't play have good fundamentals, and they made the World Series, it just makes me feel like he doesn't, like, he's not watching, he's not paying attention. And it's just like, how can I take that seriously? To me, it was like Charles Barkley almost. Like, that's what
I guess.
So that's why, and then I just feel like there's a lot of like self-proclamation. So it's just like, for all these like Mets fans, like, getting all excited about that video, it's just like, I just feel like you want to talk about like a bias. Like, it's like, you're just saying that because that's all you've known. And it doesn't mean that like they're great. I just think it's like a joke to say that they're the best like broadcasts in baseball. Like, that's insane.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's something that a lot of people share. And again, I mean, they do typically like win awards for their broadcasts.
I feel like though, but they were self-given.
I don't think they're self-given, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure we looked it up like weeks ago.
Who did the accreditation? The 30,000 fans that couldn't fill the stadium that voted on it?
I don't know. Probably whoever does the Sports Academy Awards. I don't know, dude. They're a good booth. I mean, I think that you're an outlier here. I mean, you literally no one. I've never talked to anyone else who says Gary Cohen is not a good broadcaster. Their booth is not good.
People that get all excited about that, though, they're all Mets fans.
I think that that's untrue.
So give me an example of the person who's not a Mets fan.
I don't know of anyone personally. I also don't know anyone who's not a Yankee fan who hasn't complained about them. But like, what are we doing?
I don't think that's true either.
You're the only person who's talked to me about this.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying it's not that all Yankee fans complain about it. That's what I was just saying.
I'm saying you're the only person in general.
I mean, I
like,
guess
who else have you talked to that's like, yeah, these guys aren't good?
I guess you really haven't talked about it. The only reason that it honestly bothers me is not because I know that you're doing the games. Sometimes I have to occasionally hear them, but it's just the fact that people think they're the best. That drives me crazy.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, you're the only one who thinks that they're not good.
I guess because, especially specifically with Gary Cohen, I just don't get like what he does that is like, wow, like this really stands out. Like we can't replace him. Like, I
honestly don't really get why you don't like him. I mean, the voice. There's a million broadcasters that sound like him.
I really don't.
Even Michael Kay had that nasally voice.
It's not even close, though. It really is not even close. Like, just like, because it's like I've been hearing it even longer than you, Tony. When I would flip through, even back, way back in the day when they were on MSG, I used to hear it, and every time it was just like, I don't know. It just I just don't get how that's like, wow, like that really pops off the page.
I guess
it just seems like it's Mets pajamas. I don't know.
I mean, I guess we need someone who's not from this area.
Yeah.
Right. To weigh in on this.
But I mean, but you honestly, like, you think like all the national broadcasts, every single team in the league, you think it's like not even close.
Who were the Padres playing this past weekend? Was it the Dodgers?
Joe Davis?
I forget who it was on the national call, but
national call. Like Fox National
Yeah.
or AJ Brzezinski.
In any case, they were talking about Padres bullpen, how great it was, whatever. That's awesome. But they were just sitting there, like, just guessing pitches. This guy's gonna do, and like every time they were wrong, and they kept guessing. And, and it was like, dude, like, what are these guys doing? Like, for 30 minutes, they're just guessing pitches. And I'm like, this is bad commentating.
And I would agree with you. I think there's a lot of bad national broadcasters because they're not around the team all the time.
Like when Mets had Dodgers Sunday Night Baseball, and then they had Yankees before that too, right? I mean, it was just those broadcasts were brutal, dude.
I to listen do say to. Though, I don't think that Ravitch, Cone, and Eduardo are that bad.
I don't know. I feel like Ravitch is not good.
Wait, you just think he's been at it too long?
I don't know, dude. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it is just the tandem of them or the group of them. Maybe because I feel like he wasn't always someone I'm like I don't really.
Well,
care
he
to
never really
to.
did play-by-play. They made him that role after they discontinued baseball tonight. I think that might be part of it.
Yeah, maybe
they started putting him on basketball games. And even though I think David Cone, to me, and again, I know this goes back to the whole like Yankees Mets thing, but just the fact that it just seems like he like. Even though he won all these titles with the Yankees, it seems like he like almost like enjoyed being on the Mets more. But even that aside, I think, and I don't know about you, but I think he like is so knowledgeable with baseball. I think he's an outstanding color commentator.
No, I think he's good too.
Like he's
he's like a Ron Darling, where it's like he just comes in with his knowledge and just is well spoken and doesn't really step on anyone's toes and just great. That gives great analysis.
Yeah,
which is great. I mean, that's why former players make great color commentators.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it's like on like the flip side of things, like again, like I know how people like a lot of people don't like Michael Kay, and I don't I could see from especially when I used to watch his radio show, before they made the switch. And I used to see why he was annoying for that. But specifically for the Yankee broadcast, I don't understand why anybody would have an issue. And again, like I'm not saying that he's Vince Scully, but I just feel like the chemistry that he has with Paul O'Neill and really like even Girardi, who's just like new at it. Like I feel like he does a very good job of like kind of relying on them for stuff during their playing days. And like, I don't like, is there anything that you notice yourself? Like, I don't understand why people get like outraged about Michael Kay.
I don't know. Again, I mean, I'm looking at the comments. That's what really most of the comments are about. I mean, I think he's okay.
But I'm saying, but what is like? I mean, there's got to be something that you think is like a flaw, or like what is that?
I feel like sometimes he does like go quiet for like an extended period of time,
letting the game breathe. Though that's what Dog always says.
No, yeah, well, I mean, obviously, listen, there's a time for that. I mean, obviously, I mean, when you think of like, the Do You Believe in Miracles call
Al Michaels?
By Al Michaels, I mean, you listen to that call. I mean, there was a lot of dead air leading up to his Do You Believe in Miracles and afterwards to let that moment breathe. Sure. I mean, you do that in broadcasting.
Yeah.
Same thing even with Howie Rose on Alonso's call. There was a moment of dead air that you can really soak it in. But I feel like Kay does that during like just random moments of the game. And again, maybe that's because he's expecting like a
Paul O'Neill to talk every second
fill
like he
in,
does. Well, it's interesting because I think Paul O'Neill does like talk every second, and I can see how that'd be annoying. But I also think like he just like what he says is great.
It is, exactly. Yeah. When he talks, I do want to listen to him. So I don't know. I feel like that'd be maybe one gripe with Kay, but I feel like also, I mean, I think why people don't like Michael Kay is because that's probably honestly maybe more of Mets fans just being like, oh, like is he really that great? Like,
right.
Which I mean, is he that great? I don't.
But
really,
he's not that bad.
He's not that bad. I don't really care for the Sia call, but that's just my opinion.
So you like the out of here better?
Yeah, better than Sia. Sia.
And
big OT. Like, all right.
And we can talk about this all day, but I am actually just curious about you guys, if you wouldn't mind weighing in on both boots. I'm just kind of curious, what you guys think. I don't know if you want to start, Danny, but
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
just to give a fresh perspective.
I totally get where if you're not a Yankees fan and you turn it on, like Michael Kay is so homerish for the Yankees, but I do think Paul O'Neill's good. I think Girardi has definitely gotten so good and is really able to tap into the mindset of like Aaron Boone.
Girardi is unbelievable.
Yeah,
honestly, for being so new on the job.
Yeah, that's great. And then the only person I don't like on the Yankees broadcast is whenever they have Justin Shackle calling a game. Otherwise, like Jeff Nelson, I think, does a good job.
Yep.
Meredith, everyone does good. And then when I've heard the Mets, I do think it's like carried by chemistry. Like, I don't think there's anything bad with it, but I think everyone sees like how they interact. Here's like the playfulness, the jokes they make, like reading the one advertisement about a month ago, and they just see that, and that's kind of where all that hype and all that love comes from.
But you get it all. What I'm talking about, just like, and I get like people can't, help how they sound. But what I'm talking about with like the way Gary Cohen sounds, how like if you're just flipping to the channel, like it just sounds like, who the fuck is this? Like,
I don't listen to it. I don't watch enough Mets games to know how he sounds.
I mean, hey,
Brian watches a lot of Mets games.
No, but I mean, it's just like I could hear it for 5 seconds, and then that's enough. But
what do you think about Steve Gelbs?
I don't.
You don't watch that much.
Glasses at post game show, or no? That's Gary Apple, maybe.
Yeah, you think of Gary Apple, definitely. Steve Gelbs is the guy who's like always in the crowd, like their third member. Who's
okay, yeah, I don't know. Because I honestly don't watch. But like I said, there's highlights, and like the other day when I had to watch the end of the game, it just comes off as like snarly to me, and it's like, I'm not gonna say like he's the worst podcast in the world, just like what you would say about Michael okay, but I don't just get this like, wow, like there's the Ford Frick Award winner. I don't understand that, but that's just kind of what I think. But what about you, Zach?
I've always felt like I know Michael K gets like a lot of flack. I think he does a good job, and I also like Girardi being added. I've kind of like that addition for like a new perspective. I think where people get mad at K is because he's bearing the Yankee flag. You know what I mean? Like he's.
But see, I see with that, I don't quite get it. Like, what do you guys mean by that? Because I know you said that too, Danny, and I don't know if you.
I personally don't. I just see other people say that, but like, it's the same way that Gary and Keith and Ron are bearing the Mets flag. Like they want their team to win. They're fans of the team. Like so, it's like I don't get mad at that. Some people do. So I really don't have a problem with their broadcast team. I think they're definitely different in the way that they do things. I think SNY is very like organic, like with the three of them, they kind of let them joke around. It's more of like a casual conversation. That's what it has always felt like to me. It's like a conversation between like three friends who have known each other for a long time. But it's just two different styles. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand that. And even to what you speak to, because this could apply to anybody, not just like the Yankees, but I feel like to say somebody's like a homer or whatever that's an announcer, it's like, well, so as a fan, like when you're listening to a broadcast, like do you want the broadcast not to have any excitement, like when good things happen? Like I feel like that almost falls on like the haterade thing. It's like, why would you want the broadcaster not to be into the game and be excited when good things happen for the team that you're like?
Yeah, wow. No, I mean it is. I mean it's tough as a broadcaster too. I mean because obviously, I mean they are. This is local, so it's not like they're not
national.
They're not supposed to be like 50-50. They're like 60-40, 70-30 area. Right. And I think maybe people like don't know that like this is an SNY broadcast. This is a vehicle here.
I hate listening to Dave Sims like cheer when like a Yankee strikes out or like the other team hits a home run.
No, see that I cannot like and I'm sorry. Other people say like, oh, he's fine. I can't get into that. And I know I grew up with Sterling, so I only know Sterling. I think Dave Sims is so annoying. And it's like it's time for a reset in the radio booth. Definitely, like get Susan out of there. Yeah, she's older. We need some young guys. And it's interesting though. So what is it? Because I think you were saying about Shackle. Like what is it with him that you don't like?
Shackle,
it's just like a chief. Like is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like.
Honestly, I don't like him that much
Shackle
either.
Was doing games for John Sterling. Like if he wouldn't go to Toronto or something, it was just
not good.
Yeah, his voice is somewhat annoying, and I mean they clearly like him. I think they kind of see him as the successor to K, maybe. Which, but
so you would rather have Ruco? Or
take Emmanuel out of the radio booth and put him in the yes booth. Then
I think Emmanuel's not bad. At first, I used to think he was a complete cheat, but I think he's actually pretty good, honestly.
I like Emmanuel in the pregame.
But
it kind of made me remember that we got Kenny Albert doing MSG.
So you don't like Kenny?
I mean, it's just going to be sad without
No, it is, but I
Sam
think
Rosen.
was there a better choice? Really, like
I don't
what
know.
you were given to work with?
Again, even just talking about what you guys, like a successor to Kay, I'm thinking about a successor to Cohen too. I mean, like I guess they're really like, I don't know.
They want to be Gelbs.
Gelbs is like not that good. He's filled in before, dude.
And it's not there. It's not the same. Like I feel like maybe if he goes and develops his own style, but it feels like right now they're just trying to be like Gary. You know what I mean? And
No, it is tough. It's tough to follow legend. It's kind of interesting with this stuff. I feel like this is something like we could just talk about for an entire show. Like
dude.
Announcers.
And literally.
And it's interesting though, because like we notice this stuff. Obviously, we're all big sports fans, but at the same time, obviously, we don't watch the games for the announcers, but they do play like a part in it. You do pick up on certain things watching as many games as we do. Yeah,
definitely, dude. We got Tommy, it looks like, is calling in.
Wow.
Probably, coming in with the Sam Rosen, I'm sure.
Yes.
Tommy, stand by 1 second. Bluetooth is connecting.
But I mean, even in class Zach and I had this past spring semester, we were, and the professor was also kind of like hating on Tom Brady being allowed to call the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
Just you need time, like working on things.
You do need time. Speaking of time, we got some time for Tommy.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
it feels
probably.
Like it.
Yeah.
What's up, Tommy?
What's up, boys? How we doing?
Good. How's it going, brother?
All good. All good. Just wanted to jump in on the broadcast team conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I forget who said it. Was it you, Tony? I don't think Caster is as homerish as people make him out to be.
I agree. I think he's just doing his job.
So I think he calls it straight up. Yes, he does get a little inflection in his voice for a Yankee home run, and I could see other teams not liking the see ya call, but I love it.
Well, yeah, and like I was saying, Tommy, it's like, and also it's like I think it all is all haterade, because at the end of the day, it's like, why would you as a fan want to watch your team and have the announcer be like, oh, there's a home run, Yankees taking one other, like why would you enjoy that? And that's like, was it not great when Sam Rosen did his power play goal? Like, was that not great?
No, it was great.
So I think that's nonsense, and all these people on TikTok honestly need to be put in their place. I feel like I have a personal vendetta, Tony.
I mean, listen, dude. I
just cannot. That is one thing that just like I've always just been kind of like, it's.
I don't know, man. I mean, you're on the offensive, so it's like.
Wait, what do you mean I'm on the offensive?
No. So here's where I'm not, because I think the Mets booth is great. I think the Yankees booth is awesome. If you like, I don't have the MLB app, but I do watch like highlights from other regional broadcasts, and there are announcers that literally root for their team on the air, which I think is disgusting, and I don't think either New York team does that.
But you know what, because I'm just trying to like literally understand this, and I was kind of thinking this before you even called, Tommy. But what is the difference, I guess I would say, between rooting for your team as a local play-by-play announcer and announcing the game with excitement when things go well? Like, what is the difference?
That's you know what? Why you got to throw hard questions at me?
Well, because that's what I'm saying, though. It's like, why do we not want them to be excited for the team? That's what I guess I'm just not understanding.
I mean, I think there's levels to it, is what I'm saying. Like raising your voice and being excited for a big strikeout is fine, but like when you, I guess talking down to the other team, especially if you're like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the guys like in Houston, or like actually I can't say anything bad about the San Francisco guys because Kruk is amazing. But there are maybe smaller market teams that are kind of just a little chippy.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I think like one thing that's actually like a good example of this, and he hasn't done it in a while, but Gary Thorne used to sound absolutely miserable calling the Orioles games when Gleyber Torres would hit a home run every time. That is something that comes to mind. But go ahead.
When Gleyber hit that like 14th home run against them,
right,
he was like, good God.
Yeah. No. What do you want me to say? Like that's what he was saying. Yeah, it's like So no, it's interesting, but I just think, I'm about excitement. I'm about passion. And that, I don't know if you heard us talking about this before, but, and if you've heard any of the radio broadcasts, what do you think of Sims taking over for Sterling?
He's all right. I don't think him and Susan have like the same, obviously, compatibility from obviously John working with her for so long. But it's been okay. I've been in the car listening to the games a couple of times.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really latched onto it. Like usually I'll just put on the stream when I'm in the car, but it's kind of interesting.
He came from Seattle, right?
Seattle. He was TV actually. TV since 2007 before this year. So he was in Seattle a long time. And
I think that's a tough transition to go to radio, because radio, obviously, you can't see what's going on, so you have to explain everything, get score updates, counts.
Yeah, no, exactly. And we didn't even get into the game from last night, but just in general, what are your thoughts? Obviously, rough stretch for the Yankees, but they win their last 3 games. What are your thoughts over those last couple games?
Well, I mean, obviously the DJ stuff is, I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow, but I think Jazz will be happier at second. Ham was awesome last night.
Wait, who was awesome?
Schlittler.
It sounded, for whatever reason, it sounded like you said Ham. I was like,
"Are you hungry, Brian?"
No, Schlittler was great. Oh, by the way, live comment, Matt Bruh says, "Tell Tommy I said hi, please."
Who says hi?
Matt Bruh from the TCA.
Oh, nice. What's up, Matty?
But yeah, no, I thought Schlittler. This is gonna take a while,
yeah.
but
we got to make it a sound effect.
That's going to be a tough one to dodge.
It is. But I thought he looked unbelievable, and then I mean, it's just great right now. I mean, the one thing you look at is the bullpen is a problem, but I think they'll add some players. But the offense seems to be clicking on all cylinders. And how about Jason Dominguez batting leadoff? I feel like that's just added a whole nother element.
Oh, he seems happy in that spot in the lineup.
Yeah, no. So it's been fun to watch. And they'll go for the sweep later today. But we'll see what happens. But so far so good. This week anyway.
How was the game you went to with JD?
Unreal time.
Rain?
Yeah, because it was a quick rain delay. It was only about a half hour. So it was me, my buddy Rich, JD, and Aaron. We just stood out, up in the concourse, and then, went back down, and it was perfect after that. And we had great seats. I think only 12 rows up, kind of halfway between third base and the left field foul pole. So great view, and seeing Stanton hit that home run in person was awesome. Absolutely demolished it. It was a great game to go to. I mean, you don't just always luck of the draw with going to games, but I mean, you don't really get to go to that many games where you just absolutely just put on a clinic offensively, and it's not even close. Like those are the awesome games to go to.
Hell yeah. What else we got? How do you feel about the obviously the big shakeup with the Rangers broadcast booth?
I was going to actually – I was more thinking about Don going to the Devils. But with the Rangers, I mean, I think that's kind of, you're going internally. You're going with guys with chemistry. So I think that's the best they could do. No one's going to be Joe and Sam. We know that. So I think those are the best guys internally that they could promote. But I think on the radio side, definitely going to miss Don, even though I'm not listening in the radio that often. But when I would love to hear Don. And now he deserves this opportunity with the Devils, but I think definitely going to miss him, right? I mean,
he 100% deserves it. I think he's probably wanted that. That was probably his dream job the whole time. But I think he's been on MSG for the Rangers for like 17 years.
Yeah. No, it's unbelievable, but. Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity for him, and to get it at this point in his career too, I think is awesome.
Would you rather see Don as on the Rangers side
than
Kenny?
Yes, but you have to admit, I mean, Kenny obviously has more.
Kenny's
experience.
Good. Yeah.
No, and also Tommy, I had to ask you on this. I'm just looking at Tony right now. You can't see him, but he has that look in his eye. He just does not like Kenny. What's your thoughts on Kenny Albert?
You asking me or Tommy?
He's very polished. I'll give him
no,
that.
I'm asking Zach.
How about?
I'm just kidding, Tony. Wait, sorry. Say that again. You said he's polished?
Polished.
Yeah. No, he's just very, obviously his father, Marv, he just has it. But I don't know. I don't see him as a hockey guy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I think that's fair. I was just curious, but I never really thought about it like that. I guess I was just thinking, he's done games before, but I know what you mean. But then again, it's like, yeah, I guess they could have given Don, but I
didn't know like Don was like on the
play.
table. Yeah,
Right,
dude. Like
right.
I just kind of assumed like, oh well, like because he does radio already and he does like obviously the K show or now Don Hahn, whatever.
Yeah.
I just kind of thought like he didn't really want to do it, but like not for nothing. It would have made sense if they just brought him up to MSG.
Yeah.
On the Rangers side, but I am happy for him with the Devils, dude. I'm definitely like if there's a Devil game on, like, I'm gonna tune in for him
just to hear what it sounds like,
because he is great. Like talk about being a hockey guy, the enthusiasm, and he's got a great voice too. So
and then while we have you, Tommy, what do you think of what the Rangers have done so far this offseason?
Very underwhelming.
Wow.
Interesting. Okay. Did you expect to see more big players moved?
I think Gavrikov is going to be a great pairing with Fox, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he doesn't want to score goals, but he's physical.
Guy from the Kings?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I thought that trade was good. I thought too, like it was highway robbery with Keandre Miller, or no?
No, that was a good haul back for him, and I was kind of over Keandre, to be honest.
Oh yeah. I was shocked. I didn't think you could get that type of return for him. So I think that'll work out well.
So the only thing is he's going to Raleigh and he'll probably haunt us for like 7 or 8 years.
But you know what? I look at that like Gleyber Torres making the All-Star team. He had to go. You know what I mean? It's like we had given him too many chances. So I think that'll be okay. But it's kind of tough because is there really because it seems like, the free agents have kind of gotten snatched up. Even if we were to trade some more guys, clear some cap space, is there anybody that we could really trade for, acquire? Or do you think in terms of getting some type of substantial piece, we're going to have to wait till during the season for that?
I don't think a trade is likely, like a blockbuster. Because I did see a list of unrestricted free agents that are going to be available in 26, and it is stacked.
Okay.
So I think
McDavid, right or no?
He's part of it. I think Kaprizov. Let's see. Marner already moved.
Mm-hmm.
But Eichel's going to be an unrestricted free agent.
Ooh.
There's a ton of guys.
Yeah. So no, that's interesting. How about this? Matt also says should be a weekly segment with Tommy during hockey season.
I do like that.
Sign me up.
Yeah, sign me up too. Right?
Sign me up, dude.
Yeah, let's definitely do that.
Cale Makar, Patrick Laine.
Cale Makar, could you imagine?
Jason Robertson, Kyle Connor, all these will be unrestricted free agents.
And I don't know about you guys, and I know he's homegrown, and especially Tony, has his attachment to guys drafted by the Rangers. But if you could get Makar, would you be fine with trading Fox if you knew you were getting Makar? Just to make the salaries work.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it straight up though?
No, because he's gonna be a free agent. So I'm saying you would trade Fox and then sign the Makar deal.
Yes.
To fit him into the. I feel like that would be
that's
crazy.
Cale Makar is ridiculous, dude.
Even better, maybe.
I've seen him shut down Connor McDavid pretty successfully, dude. Ovechkin also unrestricted free agent, dude. By the way.
Yeah, but he's gonna play in the KHL, right?
I don't think he's gonna ever leave Washington ever. He's gonna probably die in the ice.
No, but Tommy, don't you think he's going to play in Russia?
Oh, he's not going to stop playing hockey. You kidding me?
Yeah.
He'll be out there with
Yager?
Yager's mom, who still skates.
But I don't know. Also, too, I'm just kind of thinking, there'll be a better locker room this year, with a new coach and getting rid of some, older players and bringing in some new faces. And I think obviously it's the Rangers. It's never like, oh, we don't care if you win 10 games. But I think because there'll be a little lower expectations, I could see them playing better.
I mean, I hope so. I think Sully's going to make a big difference.
Mhm.
Even though he's kind of similar to Laviolette, but he's got the pedigree. He's got ties to the Rangers. I think Mike Sullivan's going to be the difference maker. And like you said, maybe lower. Instead of coming off a President's Trophy season and you miss the playoffs, now you can just kind of play hockey.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But listen, great call, Tommy. I think we'll have to make the weekly hockey segment a thing during the season for sure.
/broadcasters.
Yeah, /broadcasters. I know we can count on you for that.
Yeah.
But we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.
All right, you guys are the best. Peace.
All right, thanks, Tommy. Yeah, that was awesome. Honestly,
Tommy, that was great, dude.
Always good to hear from Tommy.
Yeah, dude. He's got a good voice. He can do play-by-play.
No, he really does have a good voice. Like when he calls into DNR, it just sounds so, I don't know, just like how it's supposed to be. I guess, what you say.
Exactly.
Sounds like a seasoned caller. And we're kind of late on this, but we did have a bunch of comments. If we want to get to those, the Buttka Mansion with Ernie, I guess it's not happening.
Stop it, really?
Yeah. Anything of note, or is it mostly?
Zach, feel free to really, filter through.
If
you need.
Yeah, let me scan through here. There's
I will say, Michael Buttka texted me last night. The Sally's, dude, he was there. The pizza.
Yeah.
So,
I do like Sally's.
I got to pull up his top 5.
But I do appreciate. I think his best comment of all time about Gary Cohen.
What did he say? He doesn't know. He doesn't listen to the fucking games.
I mean, I think he does.
No, he doesn't. There's no way. There's no way. Okay. But go ahead, Zach. You can read it if you want. I guess. Go ahead.
Which comment?
No. It was like, I think it was like the second comment. He says also Gary Cohen can't seem to call a Met game right on point, Barnes. That's why broadcasters are a joke. Listen, the people have spoken.
I don't think he speaks for the people. There it is.
And then let's see. Of note, he likes the thin crust pizza. We also have Josh B in here. Appreciate that.
Josh B saying, "Yo, fam, what's good?"
Yeah,
and then
dude.
Ernie.
LNC.
Late night contact.
Oh my god, dude.
And then obviously, Matt Bruh with the Morneau. There, bros.
I think that's his calling card now for the Morneau.
Yes.
Let's go, dude.
And then
I love that.
Josh B. Rowled for Matt and Yerny. And then he did say, I think the broadcast crew I don't like is whoever's doing the Apple TV games, which I would agree. He says Kay's looking like a used cars salesman these days. And Josh had said, damn Matt. And he says, I'm not wrong, Josh. The hair, the super white teeth, the suits. And then interesting that Ernie doesn't like Al Michaels because not Ernie, but I'm saying Ernie's everyone buddy.
I've been confused.
That is Michael Buttka. He is Ernie's.
Like if you want to say, he's lost his fastball now, that's fine. But I would have thought that Michael Buttka would be like all over.
Talk about self-proclaimed though with the Ernie's number one buddy.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey,
there
you would think he's all over Al Michaels, right? Like, what's the problem there? Who knows, Michael?
And then, we had said Ernie, saying a no-go on the mansion, wife and kids, can't afford a mansion, married with kids, Buttka.
Maybe with the new business, Ernie, the new business, once that starts booming, you'll be in the mansion, dude. Nice gated mansion.
Do we know who Michael Tully is?
Oh, I know Michael Tully.
I
went to grad school with Michael Tully.
Okay, so I'm guessing he's a Mets fan.
He's a great guy, yes.
Because of the orange M, by the way. But he says, Gary Cohen is going to make me act up. Bad processes in baseball and everyone else. And listen,
gotta be careful. Gotta be careful.
I don't care if no one believes me. Like Michael Buttka believes me, so I have that. But I'm really not saying it because of the Mets. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I wish I could, but it's just one of those things that I'm just not going to sit here and act like the feelings don't exist. Right?
Also, when people do refer to as the broadcast, like it really is more of a team effort as well. I mean, it's like all around. I mean, they do the graphical elements they have, obviously the director's getting some, notoriety on social media for some of the stuff he's been doing. So they really do put on a great show, dude. Like they do things that I've never seen another broadcast crew do. So let's freaking go, Michael Tully. And then what else we have from Ernie here?
Yeah, what did he say?
Mets fans doesn't equal great guy, he says, El Mayo. Well, Michael Tully still is a great guy, not just because he's a Mets fan. Obviously, that adds a little bit, but he's also just, a great human being, Ernie, okay? Maybe you can learn something from him.
Anyway.
Anyway,
I've
dude.
been watching the Scottish Open.
Really, dude?
And we got
Ewan?
Three-way tie atop Echevarria, Knapp, Straka, all 6 under. Seam, Hill, 5 under, 1 shot back. Wyndham Clark, Bud Cauley, 4 under, as well as S.W. Kim, Taylor Pendrith, and Alexander Toasty. Thorben Olsen, 3 under. Maverick McNeely, 3 under. O'Bear, 3 under. Sam Burns, 3 under. So a lot of guys in the mix here. No one kind of running away with it. Good round for Morikawa, 2 under par. Dietrich, 200. You pick him?
Thomas Dietrich, yeah. Sleeper. Let's go.
And then Hovland and Schauffele both through 7, 2 under. So good starts for them as they look to kind of turn their seasons around here late. Patrick Harrington prepping for the Open Championship, 1 under. So he's looking to make a cut there. I think he's 53 years old now.
Good for him, dude.
So be interesting to see what he does. Tommy Fleetwood's also 1 under through 6. And then really, I guess we could look at the dog of the day, and that would be Isaiah Salinda, shooting a 7 over 77 right now. That's a tough start. Also, Eric Van Rooyen is 4 over through 10. So we'll keep an eye out on this. But crazy with the early start times here. But we'll keep up with it as best as we can. Dude. But let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Skip! And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game! Out of sight!
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Too deep to left field. There it goes! See ya!
As well, the hot onion and pepperoni.
I will say, though, the last time I did have Frank Pepe's, it was better than normal. What?
Which location?
Fairfield, actually.
Oh, it was Fairfield.
Yeah, dude. So, I would again. I think we should definitely do like a New Haven trip again. Like, I'd be down to rip that.
Yeah, but the timing is key because you go on the weekends. Like, it's like ridiculous.
You're not going to get anything.
You basically have to go during the week.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I think one time we went there and like Sally's was just like closed on like a random Tuesday.
Like stuff like that with the big crowd, the line, the waits. I can't do all that shit.
So bad, dude. We should commentate a game, by the way. We should do that.
Commentate a game.
Like watch a game, mute it, commentate it, dude.
You mean
like our assignment?
Jacob
yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude. We used to do like live watch parties and like, geez, what was this? 4 years ago now, probably, right?
Oh, I think it was 4 years
early on, dude. Obviously, drink a little bit.
A little bit,
dude. And this was like on the Jack and Coke days, and
by the way, no, go.
It was just like classic. Like the game was like 1-0. DeGrom started, and then it was Jake DeGrom. And I knew. Like, once Jake DeGrom's out of the game, like the bullpen's gonna give up runs. They're gonna lose. So Brian gets a kick out of it because I was sitting there like, Jacob DeGrom is out of the game, like that, and just.
I was gonna say though, Michael Tully, I think he knows what he's talking about because he says modern pizza #1, and
I agree,
emphatically agree.
Really, dude?
The cheese pizza, specifically the cheese pizza, unbelievable. So
I'd have to try that.
And then Ernie's #1 buddy trying to do a pizza trip together.
Yeah, we'll see about that, dude. He sent me his top 5, by the way. Sally's obviously 1, Pepe's 2, but then it goes Colony, Trumbull Pizza Company, and then Romanacci's. Like
Romanacci's is not good pizza.
Romanacci's is not good pizza.
Parties and Roseland has to be there. Have you still had Roseland?
No, yeah. Roseland I like a lot, actually.
Roseland, it might be #1, honestly.
They're so freaking good, dude.
Yeah.
And they're a great pizzeria.
Talk about going for that right now.
Oh,
like that would be good.
Man, dude.
Yeah.
But Romanacci's, I got to say, bad job with the
I haven't had it in forever, but it was just like
it's like
anything.
I mean, they even have like a bar. They have a bar pie, I think, like a small, and then they have like the holy shit large, which is like, why can't we just have a regular pie? Like, I don't know, like And it's silly. It's no, thank you. No, thank you.
And then Michael Tolley says you should comment classic games off YouTube. Another rival show during COVID was watching the Jordan finals that were during the Last Dance.
Oh, that would be cool, dude.
But yeah, and I wonder how it would work. Like, is it technically speaking, like a copyright situation?
If it's just us saying it and nothing else, you'd be fine.
Of a live game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like as long as you don't hear the audio or see the game,
gotcha.
They won't flag it.
Gotcha. So all right. So obviously, another great night for the Yankees last night. And it started out even better for something that most or pretty much all Yankee fans have been clamoring for. The DFA of DJ LeMahieu finally let go by the Yankees. You know, do $7.5 million this year, and then 15 next year. But you know, I guess they had some quote unquote hard conversations and had just recently benched him and said he was just going to be a bench player. So there's really no need for him, you know, struggling on defense. So I think that was awesome. That was something that should have been done last season. So to finally get it done now was a good feeling, because it just feels like there's just been a couple things recently that, like, as Yankee fans, you know, we always complain about, like, you know, not having Jazz at second. Now Jazz is at second. Not playing Dominguez every day. Now Dominguez is playing every day, leading off. Having LeMahieu on the team. Now he's designated for assignment. Bringing up Cam Schlittler. Now he's on the team. So it's like those are the type of things that we've been, you know, dying to see. So it was amazing to see that. I think the next thing would be to potentially, you know, start having Volpe on the bench, you know, just to try to reset things, because I mean, just offensively, he has just been a nightmare recently. But you know, it is what it is. But the Yankees have been hitting the ball really well. In their previous game, 10 runs, 9 runs last night. So they win 9-6. Schlittler's debut was definitely a success. You look at the final box score, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. And I think he pitched even better than that because, first of all, you know, he left with a runner on second base, 1 out, and then Loaziga first pitch gives up a home run. But I thought it was everything you could ask for from a guy making his major league debut, his parents in the crowd, staying after the game was over, just like relishing the moment, even with the rain coming down. And it got me really excited because we had just talked about recently how it's like, okay, I mean, we got to have an active trade deadline. This is going to be maybe a showcase. We might have to trade this guy. Now, after watching last night, like, listen, it's one start. We'll see. But it was just so refreshing having a live arm like that. Like, I don't know about you, Danny, but I don't remember the last time we called up a pitcher that had that type of stuff, like hitting 100 miles an hour on the fastball. Like, I almost think it's been since Jabba.
Yeah, no, it has been a really long time, because whereas, like, yeah, Luis Gil had crazy stuff.
He's not throwing 100.
Yeah, his best outing was against the White Sox.
Right, exactly.
Last year. And we've been seeing him, so there wasn't that hype. Whereas Cam was really exciting, and we were like waiting for it. We knew that there was such a high ceiling that could be reached, especially because he started this season in AA. Like, that's how outstanding he's been as a pitcher this year through the minors. And to see that production, see the way that he can command the ball and the spin and the speed he could put on, it was outstanding to watch.
Yeah, and it got you excited. And Boone did confirm after the game he will get another start. And you know, they're talking about, but then when Yarborough and Heel comes back, specifically Yarborough, it's like, let's just have Yarborough be the bullpen. I mean, if Schlittler is gonna throw like this,
you'd be out of the booth so quick, dude.
Just say Cam. Just say
all of a
Cam.
sudden, like third inning, and Brian's not in the booth anymore. What happened to Brian?
I will die on this hill like Gary Cohen, not being broadcasted. But anyway, yeah, I want him out there as much as possible. But it was a great first outing for him. And then the offense it's just such a welcome sign to see, because before, I mean, really, like, I guess the Mets series, I guess against the A's, they scored pretty well too, but there just had been a time where just they were not scoring runs. Now they're back to looking like the team that we saw the first month and a half of the season offensively. I mean, you had 13 hits, which was obviously great. And then you were 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. No, 2 for 17, 1 for 21. And just the piling on of runs too is what you like to see. Because I mean, if you look at like the trajectory of this game, you know, bottom of the first inning, you score 3 runs, no home runs. You
Mm-hmm.
had 2 singles and a ground out to score those 3 runs. So you love to see that, the value of contact. And even when the Mariners add one in the third, right away, what do? Bottom of the third, Jazz hitting a home run. Obviously, we've talked about how great he's been, playing recently. So you're up 4-1 then, but then next inning, Polanco homers. So now it's 4-2. You don't get anything in the bottom of that inning, but then in the bottom of the 5th, Jazz hits another home run to make it 6-2. A 2-run shot. It kind of felt like it was getting close. You take Cam out in the 6th inning. You go to Loaizaga, first pitch. He gives up the home run to Rosarena. So it's 6-4. You're like, is the bullpen going to let this one slip away? But fortunately, the bottom of that inning, you score 3 more runs. Jason Dominguez, who had 3 hits, had a single to score Austin Wells, and then Aaron Judge with 2-run double to make it 9-4. But then again, Loaizaga, the second home run he gives up to Young in the 7th makes it 9-6. But fortunately, the Yankee bullpen after Jonathan Loaizaga was lights out. Luke Weaver, good to see because he had to give up runs. I believe it was in 3 straight outings, and I think home runs in 3 straight outings as well. Pitched 1 2/3 scoreless, only threw 17 pitches, 3 strikeouts, and then Devin Williams, his second consecutive 1-2-3 save for his 13th of the year. ERA finally under 5 here at 4.86. We know about the implosion beginning of the year, but that changeup's looking good, and it looks like he's getting some more ticks on the velocity on the fastball, which is great. So at least you feel good about that. Obviously, the Yankees will need some bullpen help. But when I look at this game, you look at Schlittler's performance. That stood out, of course. And then Jason Dominguez. I think I sent this over in JD's chat the other day. I think they said over the last 16 games, he's hitting 380. So that is something as a Yankee fan that just gets you so excited. He's 22 years old. We've been waiting for him forever. Kind of been up and down, had some big moments so far this year, but it seems like that general consistency is really starting to happen. So you love to see that. Jazz, same thing. I think he's hitting, 380 over the last 30 plus games. The power is there. It's unbelievable. Cody Bellinger has been red hot as well. He had 2 hits. Everybody in the lineup actually got a hit other than Peraza. That's the one thing. I mean, that they need a third baseman. Obviously, defensively, he's great, but he's hitting 152 after an 0-for-4 yesterday. And then Austin Wells finally starting to pick it up. He was 2-for-4 yesterday as well. So just the offense is clicking, and I know, it's somewhat of a tough assignment. Brian Wu on the hill this evening against Stroman. Obviously, the Mariners had the pitching advantage there, but the way that they're swinging the bats, it just is a good feeling. I just look at it as let's get a third baseman and definitely a couple bullpen arms. Is there one guy specifically? I know we have a couple of needs, Danny, but that would get you the most excited to acquire before the deadline to improve this team?
No, I don't think there's anyone too exciting because I don't necessarily think there's a third baseman that is both sound defensively and that you can really count on for their offense. Eugenio, he's really good offensively, but he has significantly more plays that are great as bad than good. So if you want to do that, and then in the 8th or 9th inning, if you're up by a run or 2, you put in Peraza there, I'm fine with that. And then McMahon or Arenado, it's a lot of what if. It's the porch. This player has shown they can be good. So I think as long as they anyone has a better approach than Oswald Peraza.
Oh. Yeah.
So it'll be an upgrade, but I don't know. There's no one that I'm I'd love to see this person because I don't think it's necessarily someone that's technically sound defensively and is at least an average bat.
And I don't know if we talked about this yesterday, but I know I've been talking about it with some other people. What about the prospect? And I know it would cost a lot and probably be a little uncomfortable in terms of what you'd have to give up. But what about the prospect of getting Jose Ramirez?
I think that'd be outstanding. I just don't think the Guardians would ever get rid of him.
But my thought is, though, he's got, I think, 3 years left on his deal. They're under 500 now, especially because it's a cost-controlled deal. I think he's in the mid-20s in terms of his salary. I kind of think you could pick your package regarding that. But then it's just a question of, is it worth it to trade to trade Lombard, Jones, and maybe Schlittler to get like him and Clase. Like, would you do a trade like that?
I wouldn't, just because I think you need Lombard. If I'm fine trading Jones and Schlittler, but you need George Lombard because Jazz. I hope that he signs an extension.
Yeah, but I know. What
I
you
hope
mean.
he's a Yankee for life.
Yeah,
but if he's a Yankee for life, then Volpe, when his rookie contract's up, he's done with the Yankees.
Right. No, that's true. But I just feel like it. I was saying this the other day to a couple of my buddies. It's like us getting Jose Ramirez, that would feel like the old Yankees, like just going for something like that, and especially if it was a package with Clase. But yeah, the return package is the only problem, and it's crazy because Spencer Jones is lighting it up, but especially because he kind of had a down year last year. Like trading him now in a package to get somebody big, I mean, at least we would finally be capitalizing on value, So it'll be interesting, but I'm feeling pretty good right now. And it's going to be interesting with Volpe, down to 217 now, and it definitely has been inconsistent in the field. And then I also saw a comment here. I think it was from Matt Bruh saying that he thinks Loaisiga still might be hurt.
A lot of people were saying that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
It does make sense
in the way that our medical staff is, right? I mean,
yeah, I don't know if he has the same injury. I think it's probably a new injury.
Yeah,
because when he came back, he was pitching well. So
right.
I think it's probably something like that. They also, I feel, run him out a lot because they don't. Like, I was all for when Clark was pitching the no-hitter, like taking him out there, but there are other times where you just gotta let guys go and figure their own way out of a jam.
Exactly.
You think you would have left Cam in last night? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially after he struck out Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think. I did see that. The game at that time, it was 6-2.
Yeah, it was 6-2.
I mean, yeah, probably, right? I mean, 75 pitches.
Yeah, 75 pitches.
I mean, but see, that's where Boone gets too emotional because part of it is like, oh, he's a great first start. Don't want to ruin it by giving up a home run, so let's just let our reliever give up the home run the first pitch anyway.
Yeah,
like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I know. Would you have gone to someone else out of the pen?
Yeah, I was. It's just tough because it was. If I was hoping like Tim Hill, but it's like. Against a righty, I mean, but I feel like he's effective against anybody. I don't know.
He is.
Like, how do you feel about? Like, I'm honestly, I know he's like giving up some runs here and there, but I'm comfortable with Tim Hill against anybody.
I'm comfortable against Tim Hill, but I also think it depends on the situation. Like last time we played the Mariners, we lost in extra innings because they put in Tim Hill. Of course, we're gonna lose because Tim Hill gives up a ground ball, and a ground ball through the infield wins the game. So it definitely depends on the spot, but 9 times out of 10, I trust him to get out of the jam that he's in.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And Michael Tolia also adds, baseball debates are so awesome, or debuts are so awesome. Always feel good for anyone that makes it. And then he says Jose Ramirez would be an insane lineup. Yeah, and that's why it just makes me think like, even though I don't really want to give up Lombard, it's interesting. But I guess, do you think like, or you don't think even if it was like you could have anybody else, like you don't think the package would be good enough?
No, I just don't see anyone. I don't see the Guardians getting like, maybe they'd have to get like Paul Skeens. I think they'd have to get someone that's like proven even more control to keep on a cheap deal.
Too bad Volpe didn't suck. Then that would be enticing. But it's like now it's like that's just like like a
off the
throw
table
at this point, right? But so overall, a great night last night, and it worked out too. Surprise of the day, you had the White Sox beating the Blue Jays, so we pick up a full game, so 2.5 game deficit now. And also in the wild card, our positioning is improved as we are now 3 games up on the Rays, 4.5 up on the Mariners and the Red Sox. So I think it's a good spot. It's just, you just got to hope tonight that Stroman can kind of do what he's done since coming off the injury list, which I've been surprised. I think it's been 5 innings both times, 1 earned run the first time, 3 earned runs the last time. If he does something like that, I mean, you would think that'll keep us in the game because obviously he couldn't have looked worse before he got injured. So It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I think it's a good matchup for him, other than like Raleigh, and Rosarena is obviously good too. But everyone else in this lineup, it doesn't really strike fear in me, and I feel like you can get away with making mistakes. They're not like some vaunted offense. Like those guys are really good, but everyone else, Julio Rodriguez is just not the same player.
No, yeah, I mean, it was just a shame, honestly, because you talk about like bringing like a sense of electricity to the game.
Yeah,
but I mean, like you said, I mean, I think the lineup is very workable for any pitcher, and then not for nothing, like you said, if Stroman goes out there, 5 innings, 3 earned runs, bullpen to hold it down. I mean, like you should be scoring 5 runs probably, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, the way you've been hitting, you would anticipate that. So we'll have to see. And then the Mets rained out yesterday, doubleheader today. Peterson, the first game, undecided. The second, I'm guessing that's going to be bullpen.
Yeah, probably. And all, I'm sure that's what Mendoza is planning for. Because again, obviously, we talked about it with these rain out to double headers here with the lack of the pitching staff here. It's tough for the Mets. I know that the Orioles did change around their starters though, because I think Sagano is pitching game 2. And we're getting Charlie Morton game 1, which is in probably an hour, I think, right? Noon.
12:05. Yeah, so less than an hour. And I think that's good news for the Mets because Morton, I guess he's pitched better since the beginning of the year, but still has been,
batting practice.
Yes, batting practice.
He should be everyone's pitcher at the home run derby next week.
Dude, the Connecticut native. Hopefully we'll be getting knocked around today, dude. That's what you're thinking
we've seen the Mets. I feel like, right, like typically on these doubleheaders, a lot of splits, right? That's how we started the phrase splitting the sixes. But given the pitchers and especially the way that Sagano has pitched recently, I mean, are you like expecting the sweep, or do you feel pretty good about that, or is it just because it's the road you're expecting a split?
I guess I kind of am expecting a split, hoping for the sweep. Obviously, I mean, it's going to be tough navigating what pitchers you're using in game 2, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, not for nothing. I think a lot of it is going to now depend on if Peterson can go deep into the game, which, again, we spoke about it yesterday. He's the only starting pitcher that's touched the 7th inning in the rotation. He's done that 4 times this year. So hopefully he can channel that, go deep into game 1, and you'll have most or the bulk of your bullpen for game 2 because I know, I said yesterday, Sagano, 19 home runs given up this year, tied for 6th in the league. No doubt, I think the Mets will be scoring, but I mean, you could get yourself into trouble if you kind of back yourself into a corner where Mendoza needs Lovely to be out there for 3 innings.
Well, it's basically David Pearson's got to give you 6 innings.
Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what happens there. It's always, I don't know. I feel like this year especially, I always feel a little iffy about the doubleheader, and it's like, again, not for nothing, I'm sure Mendoza too is also thinking about tomorrow, and you're going to be on the road in Kansas City. So it's like you got to save some pitchers too. So I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll see Buteau open game 2 and hopefully he can give you like 3 innings and you can go from there. But like you said, I mean, Peterson's, got to go out there. You got to take care of business.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And how about this? The Dodgers lost again yesterday.
They got
now
swept.
6 straight losses, still 5 games up in the division. But I guess it's like, I mean, obviously the Yankees just went through something similar. You would think they would be fine, but it is just crazy. I feel like no matter how good your team is, you can't avoid stretches like this in the season where you just cannot buy a win.
Yeah, no, and it is obviously super tough. Like you said, the ebbs and flows. I guess they're kind of fortunate that the Padres were going through something similar in their last 10. They haven't been playing great ball. But obviously, it's you want to be careful because I mean the Padres and the Giants for that matter too. I mean they've kind of proven themselves here that that NL West is fucking tough, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, and Michael Tolley also added the Guardians are a poverty franchise. Everybody can be bought.
There we go, dude.
Any input there? I mean, is it like kind of similar to Danny, where if the Yankees could get Ramirez for anybody but Lombard, like you would do it, or I mean, what do you think about that? Or would you even still do it with Lombard to get Jose Ramirez?
I probably would,
just because it's like he's such a game changer.
Yeah, dude. Like Tully said, like you were saying the other day too. I mean, him in that lineup is absolutely like crazy.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the postseason. I mean, that's the type of guy in your lineup that's going to probably make a huge difference for you.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
Yeah. I mean, unbelievable. I feel like it would be like the equivalent of when we got A-Rod.
Yeah.
Like that type of player. So. We'll have to see. It's interesting, and I believe I had a good day on the picks. Did you?
You had a great day. Oh, sorry, Zach. Can you have my notebook? That's probably still over there.
I think the first great day I've had in a long time.
I want to say you went 4-2 from what I recall,
which is like going undefeated for me.
Which is great. So let's see here. If I go back a page, yes, you went 4-2. Obviously, Yanks in the over hit, Red Sox in the over hit, but then Cubs in the over did not hit either.
Okay, fucking Cubs, man.
I know, dude. The Cubs maybe going through a little bit, but you are.
Yeah, hopefully they keep going through it because we're playing them this weekend.
That's right.
I'll be there Saturday.
You will be there. So
as will Danny. So will Danny. Yeah.
Wow, dude. The freaking you can share the chicken finger bucket.
And then how did you do?
I went 1-3, and then obviously the Mets game
the
was
extra game
the
Mets,
today,
all
dude.
That.
But not great. Dodgers in the over didn't hit, and then Tigers in the over 1-1.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, let's do another edition, six-pack MLB pick segment brought to you by the Hirsch Law Firm. And I believe I'm starting, right, or no?
I think so, right?
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
So let's start in the Bronx. Going for the sweep. Marcus Stroman on the hill. Brian Wu pitching for the Mariners here. And like I mentioned, Yankees have been playing some good baseball last couple. 3-game winning streak and have scored 9, 10, and 6 runs their last 3 games. So the offense definitely clicking here. And you look at the total set for this game, 9.5. I think that's what it was the previous 2 games. I think it's going to go over just like it did last night and the night before. So it's went over in 2 straight games after they had not too long ago. I think it was 16 or 17 straight games where the total went under. Wu's been great, 8-4, 277, 0.96 whip, a little less than a strikeout an inning. Stroman's only pitched 19 in the third innings, but his ERA is 7.45. But has looked okay since coming out the injured list. So I'm expecting more of the okay. I'm not expecting 6 shutout innings, but I think he can kind of give you similar to what Schlittler did last night. Maybe not as many strikeouts, but I think he can give you between 5 and 6 innings, and 2 to 3 earned runs. And I think the Yankee offense will back him up. And I know, runs won't be a plenty against Wu, but I think also they might tap into this Mariners bullpen once he's removed from the game. So all of that being said, I think a tighter game than the last 2. But at the end of the day, I will say I think the Yankees will win this game. Let's say 7-4. So it'd be Yankees in the over, completing the sweep, and also put a home run in there for Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge. So the Judge and Stanton combination returning once again for a Yankee W. Yankees in the over.
Yankees in the over. Love that, Brian. My turn here. Obviously, we got the Mets doubleheader, and I'm going to knock out 2 games here, dude, because I'm taking the Mets in both games. My goodness, Mendoza may be pulling people off the street of Maryland to come out of the bullpen for them today. But nonetheless, dude, between Charlie Morton and Sagano, I honestly think the Mets may have a total of 9 home runs today. As a team, Game 1, Mets over. Peterson gives you the 6 1/3, 3 earned runs. Morton gives you 5 with 5 earned runs. I think everybody's going to be hot in this lineup. I think a lot of the production will be coming from the top half, the top 4 guys, Nimmo, Soto, Lindor, Alonso. They're going to be the bulk of the hits, no doubt, today. I guess Mets in the over Game 1, I say they win it. I'll say maybe like 6-3. And then I think Game 2 is going to be an absolute slugfest, maybe from both sides here. Also, Mets in the over. I'll say Juan Soto, though, Game 2, top of the 9th, 3-run homer, puts the Mets up. I'll say 8-5. That is your final score of Game 2. Mets in the over both games. Let's go.
All right. So moving along at number two here on a Thursday. And let's see what we're going to do here. I will go with the Braves.
Ooh, I knew you were going to pick that, dude.
Sutter Health Park. Tony's best friend, Spencer Strider, on the hill for the Braves. 3-7, 393. Former Yankee JP Sear, 7-7, 476. A's are 38-56. Braves are 40-51. Atlanta minus 180 on the road here. The A's plus 150. And I think despite the ballpark there, balls flying out, I think Strider will pitch well, will outpitch JP Sears. And Atlanta, whose season is on life support, I think they're going to go off because I think it's a hitter's paradise there. They've won the first 2 games. This is almost like they split. My mistake. A's won 10-1 the first game. Braves won 9-2 yesterday. But this is almost like the Red Sox playing the Rockies at Fenway Park. That's kind of how I feel about it. But I'm going to say Strider, 7 innings, 12 strikeouts, only 100 runs. But I think the Braves return the favor from game 1, and they win 10-1. So give me the Braves and the over.
Oh man, this is tough, dude. These games, these matchups. What do we got, dude? I guess we'll go to Cincinnati, dude. 5:10 p.m. Let's go, dude. I'm sorry, you had Braves in the over?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure, dude. Marlins have been doing okay in their last 10 games. I think they're taking 3 out of 5 right now. This is the 4th and final game of this series against Cincinnati. They've won the first 2 games, but then lost yesterday 7-2. I say they get the dub here, win the series. No splitting the 6s here today. Cal Quantrill, 5.4 ERA, 3-7. Not great, but I think Miami all-star Kyle Stowers, dude, maybe gets his 17th home run of the year. I know Miami shopping Sandy Alcantara, dude.
Gave up 7 earned runs last start. He sucks.
Brutal, dude.
I'm on my fantasy team. I benched him for a month.
There's been a lot of talks of the Mets maybe putting, and I'm like, dude, why don't do that?
I mean, would you trade Tyrone Taylor for him?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that's what it feels like
right?
he's worth right now.
Literally, dude, it is. Like, and we'll get to that. Doesn't matter. I hope it doesn't happen. In any case, dude, give me the Marlins here. The over-under of this game is at 9.5, dude. And I would say, given the state of affairs here in Miami, in Cincinnati, hammer the over. Give me the Marlins winning this one. It was 6-5.
Ow.
6-5, dude. Marlins in the over.
All
Brian.
right, and then
back to you.
Back to me, but back to you. But actually, this is the rare time. Wait, are you still gonna have one more or no?
I have one more. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Just want to make sure. Anyway, I will go with the Tampa Rays here. Taj Bradley, Walker Buehler, batting practice for Buehler, 6-6, 6-5. Obviously, they just swept Colorado, but I feel like playing Colorado at home makes you feel like a different team than you are. Rays, better team here. They'll win a road game here. And I think the under as well. I think Bradley tightens things up. Buehler gets popped, but the Red Sox don't score much. And let's see. I just want to make sure total, I would imagine, would be, I'm thinking 8.5. No, it is 9.5. Okay. I'll say Rays win 6-2. Rays and the under.
All right, we were just talking about him. Let's do it, dude. The Guardians here in Chicago. Classic fading the White Sox here. Logan Allen towing the slab there for Cleveland. 5-7, 4.07 ERA on the year, but last couple starts against Detroit, solid. Against the Cards, very solid. So I think here against the White Sox, we're talking maybe 7 scoreless innings for Logan Allen. And I don't know, maybe the Guardians scored 5, let's say, which would put them as their 4th win in a row here. Obviously feeling pretty good against Chicago. So give me the Guardians winning this game. I'll say 4-2. Guardians in the under for my 3rd and final, dude.
Just like that, MLB 6-pack pick segment, Hirsch Law Firm. So let's see if we can keep the good times rolling. Matt also says not a lot of confidence in Stroman. Hopefully proves me wrong. And yeah, I don't have a ton of confidence in Stroman, but at least I feel like he competed the last couple of times. Maybe he was a little injured in the beginning of the year. But right now we're just looking for him to eat up some innings. So hopefully he could do that tonight.
You're the over with the Rays, right?
Yeah.
I do it.
So we will have to see what happens. But Let's strike up the music. Yet another edition.
Oh yes, dude.
Of
Wait.
the
You took. I thought you took the under with the Rays.
Oh yeah,
Red
sorry, I
Sox.
wasn't paying attention. Yep. But Tony also wasn't paying attention either, so we can't fault me.
Well, because I'm like, a lot going on. I'm trying to
what do you want
preview
me
the
to do?
games. You gotta write it down, do your games.
Yeah, but I thought when I say it, you just put it down. That's what I was assuming.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm like looking at something.
I
That's
got
why
you.
I don't.
All right,
I mean,
fair enough.
fucking Cal Quantrill, dude. Like,
Fair-
God
fair
damn.
enough. Just get the grid up, all right?
Just get the freaking grid up, dude. Strike up the music. Let me pull up my own grid here because I can't really see.
Same music for the grid.
Yeah.
Same music.
Just keep it rolling, dude.
I would have just kept it rolling.
Yeah, that's fine. I dip it down, fade it back
okay.
up, dude. Yeah, dude. Boston and Tampa Bay, dude.
Manny Ramirez. Everyone forgets he hit. You can look this up. Manny Ramirez on the Rays hit 0.59 for like the 11 games he played, and then he got suspended for steroids.
That's kind of wild, dude.
Yep.
The people. Oh yeah, let's do that, dude. I'm down with that, dude.
Top left. Zach,
Top
Manny.
left. Rays, Red Sox. I got one for Rays, Royals too. This is becoming. How much for Ramirez?
3%.
3%.
Yep.
Nice, dude. I can type that in, dude. But what should we call it for Royals, Rays, dude? This is becoming somewhat of a household name here in the studio. Jake Diekman.
Okay.
And I don't really know how much more help I'm going to be, honestly, for the rest of this. I mean, I
Really?
guess.
Beekman 0.5. There we go.
There we go, dude. I mean, who thinks about Diekman, dude? I mean, second base for the Twins right now is Willie Castro, right? He's gotten some looks.
He's probably all right, right?
All right, dude. You know, I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I guess Willie Castro for that one. And then after we do that, so Willie Castro. Then I would say for Red Sox, because everybody thinks about it, I would say Todd Walker. It's a good one.
Who's their young shortstop for the Red Sox this year?
How do you spell
Sedane Rafaela. So it was already up. Just search Castro again. It'll come up.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Willie with an I.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
It's like it's closer to the bottom, Zach. Yeah.
Oh,
say
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Bang. It's all good. How much is that?
3%. And
Let's
then,
go.
so top middle, Todd Walker.
Todd Walker.
Oh, no. Sorry. Top middle. Yeah.
Top.
Top.
Boston, second base. And then you want to do the Rafaela for their shortstop?
Yeah.
That's
So
probably- it
top
can't be much.
right, Sedane Rafaela. Just search Rafaela.
Yeah. There we go.
What was it?
2%.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's see here. And then shortstop for the Twins. I'm thinking, I know like it's like who the hell is this? But didn't Brendan, I don't, or maybe that was from the, okay, no, maybe that's not who it is. Just trying to think of this.
For whatchamacallit, Royals second base, you can do Omar Infante.
Okay.
He
do that.
was in the World Series team. I don't know if he's gonna be too much though. I don't even know who their second baseman is.
Right now it's Jonathan India,
Ooh, yeah, maybe.
or I think Mikel Garcia's played second base.
Yeah,
for them.
Mikel Garcia has played second base.
You want to do that instead of
Yeah, do
Omar
Mikel
Infante.
Garcia. %. All right.
Here we go.
Tampa and the Rays. Just trying to think about that for a second. Paddock didn't pitch for Tampa, right?
Chris,
Yeah.
maybe.
Just trying to think about other guys.
Baseball purist, dude. Buteau,
Twins.
15-day IL. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but we don't acknowledge.
Prefer.
Yeah.
Did Trevor Plouffe ever play a game at shortstop for the Twins? Because I know
I
he was
don't
like a third
know.
baseman, but I don't know if he ever.
No, I know. Just not
Um,
sure about that.
Twins, Rays. God, dude. Yeah, no help from the comments right now.
Which is tough.
I mean, shortstop for Royals too. I think it was an Escobar, the shortstop for in the World Series.
Which Escobar?
I think it's Alcides. But I don't know if that's gonna be. I mean, again, Royals. Royals.
Who was the Royals shortstop like 10, 15 years ago? Like I can't think of anybody. Or like utility
Shortstop,
guys.
I know.
And then shortstop for the Twins also 10 or 15 years ago.
Did Moose ever get a spot at short?
No.
Probably not.
Like the Twins, like Yankees playing the Twins in the playoffs. Who was the shortstop? Right? Like
Yankees playing the Twins.
Do you think
Oh.
Did you think Eddie Escobar ever played shortstop?
Eduardo?
I say we do Trevor Plouffe.
Trevor Plouffe. Interesting.
Twins shortstop.
No. Actually, I'm just thinking about this. Escobar. Eddie Escobar has played shortstop.
For Twins?
Yeah. Eduardo Escobar.
Eduardo Escobar, dude. He's a great guy.
Yeah. Played on the Mets, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what? 0.6.
6.
All right. And then shortstop Royals and then Twins. This Twins race thing we got to get. Just trying to think of also of guys.
How much was Escobar?
0.6.
Nice, dude.
Twins race like pitchers. Not Matsui. Not Choi.
G-Man Choi.
Did Edwin Jackson pitch for the Twins?
I don't know. Tampa Bay bullpen guys. I mean, I don't know. Did
they don't bring in anyone? That's the issue.
Yeah, that is the issue.
The only guy that comes to mind is like Jake Odorizzi, but I don't know if he.
I think he did pitch for the Twins.
Did he really?
But I feel like it's going to be high for some reason, right?
I have no idea, dude.
But that's crazy that you said that, though. Because
that's what you were thinking?
No, I wasn't thinking it, but I know he pitched for the Twins.
For the Twins, really?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's the only person I could. Do it.
You know what I mean? Oh, wait, did Nelson Cruz play for the Rays or no?
Oh, definitely did.
Did he?
I don't.
You don't remember that?
I don't recall, but he's played for so many teams.
Yeah, I feel like, but I'm pretty sure he did, dude. But wouldn't that be high?
Yeah, I feel like that'd be higher than
Jake.
Yeah, everybody probably thinks of that. Yeah, maybe just do Odorizzi because we don't have anything, right?
I guess. No help in the comments still.
Yeah. 3%.
There we go,
I feel like he's
dude.
a guy you just don't think of in general.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of not thinking of shortstop Royals, dude.
Bobby Witt, dude, it probably won't be 190%. Right? But like veterans, that Royals team, like who was on the Royals winning? Like, I mean, they played the Mets. Who was the shortstop?
I told you.
Oh, was Alcides Escobar?
Yeah.
But they're no, but oh man, I used to play with them like way back in the Ken Griffey Jr. baseball. And I remember Carlos Febles was the second baseman.
Okay.
Who the fuck was the shortstop?
Maybe he got to start short.
There's somebody that's like so
notable.
Who was the guy that beat out Matsui for rookie of the Angel Baroa? Do it.
Wow.
B Baroa. Yeah, B. Angel Baroa. There we go.
Got it. You gotta like, yeah. Go back up. Scroll back up.
Yeah, go back up. Okay. And then
say do not. Yeah, maybe later.
Yep.
20. Wait, so what was Baroa? The X out of that.
Got to be super low.
4%.
All right.
4%. Dude.
Pretty successful for a grid that we were kind of,
like stumped on for a little bit. Yeah, right? Dude, that was tough.
Nelson Cruz was the number one answer for Twins Rays.
It's crazy. I guess he was just on the Rays for 1 year, right? Is that what it was?
Let's look it up. I would think so, dude. Right? Cup of coffee. The grid, Nelson.
It's crazy.
Yeah, 2021. He was traded from Minnesota to Tampa Bay.
Oh, it was during the season.
Yeah, so he played on both teams in the same season.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then just taking a look here. Oh, by the way, Brandon from the TCA says, not on our comments, but in our group chat, Cashman said he's in on Suarez and possibly Zach Gallen. Also, it's less realistic, but he said he's looking at Clase and Lugo. We get any combo of those, and I bust a fat nut. That's literally what he said.
Nice, dude.
I don't know if I'm busting for Lugo, though. You know what I mean? Like everybody else, I would be excited about. But like he's fine, but it's not like that.
Over
exciting.
Zach Gallen, you would prefer Zach Gallen over
because
Lugo?
of the potential. What about you?
I don't know, dude.
I would say probably Gallen. I mean, Gallen had a rough stretch, but I mean, he started the season well, and I do think that Lugo's pitch array gets a little overhyped. Like, there's no way he's throwing that many different pitches. You're saying it's how many different curveballs can a guy throw?
Right.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm partial to Lou, but I also feel like, I don't know, Gallen, not for nothing. I'm pretty sure, did he not do well in the playoffs with the Diamondbacks that run against the Rangers?
I mean, is it one of those things where look it up, dude? Right?
It may be like a look it up situation, but I'm pretty sure there may be a couple starts he didn't really show up. But also, I don't know. This year makes me a little shaky on him because they talked about, I've read some articles that the Mets are pursuing Gallen also.
Oh, so you're against it.
So you're being facetious.
Yeah, you are being facetious, dude.
Wait, what do you mean?
No, I'm just honestly just joking.
No, well, I feel like I wouldn't be that pumped to have. I mean, obviously at this point, any reinforcements is good, but I don't know. I'd be like, oh god, Gallen, like, and try it out there.
All right,
like,
so 5.15 ERA, 135 WHIP
this year,
29 years old, free agent next year. And let's see, playoff numbers, 4.54 ERA for the 1 run in 23. And I guess really the biggest thing would just be the game logs for this year.
But I mean, like, compare that to what he was probably doing during the regular season. I mean,
so pitching 2025. What do we got? A recent here. So last 5. I mean, last 2 starts he's been good, but he had gotten hammered before that. Let's see. So yeah, last start 6 innings, 1 earned run. Start before that 7 innings, 2 earned runs, or 1 earned run actually. But then he gave up 5 runs, 7 runs, 4 runs, 4 runs, 3 runs, but 1 earned, and then 5 runs, 4 runs, 6 runs, 4 runs. But then had the 1 earned run, 3 earned runs, but then 6, but then 2. So clearly there's been some inconsistencies there. But I don't know about you guys, but I just would feel good that, obviously he has the arm, he has the talent, that Matt Blake could work out whatever kinks are going on with Zach Gallen right now.
Yeah, and I mean, definitely also if it comes in a deal with
Suarez.
Yeah, Eugenio.
Oh, that'd be wild.
And then maybe Shelby Miller. Yeah, it's funny. I had to look it up, but I'm pretty sure he is a top setup guy this year. And it's crazy. Failed starter.
198
if they could fill all 3 holes
MRI
in one trade.
But he just got placed on the injury list, forearm strain. Forearm strain, probably that's a month, right? But maybe pennies on the dollar.
They traded for Harrison Bader when he was in a boot.
Yeah, that's true. And it's crazy, too. I mean, he ended up not being that good anyway. But remember way back when the Diamondbacks traded Swanson for Shelby Miller. And then he, couldn't even stay on the mound.
Not good.
But Swanson, I feel like, has been kind of a bust, right?
Dansby?
Compared to what he was supposed to be?
Yeah, I would say so.
You're very decorated coming into the league.
Yeah.
But then again, if we had him at shortstop instead of Volpe, we'd be happy. 254, 15 home runs, 43 RBIs.
I feel like you would still be asking for more, though.
Defensively, though, I mean, I actually am not sure.
Gold Glove?
He's won Gold Gloves or no?
I would think
he
so.
One.
252 career hitter, but 734 OPS for his career is pretty good.
2-time Gold Glove.
2-time Gold Glove. And then let's see, fielding in terms of errors. I mean he
the
made
Braves
5
are
errors
probably missing him.
Yeah. No, the Braves definitely are, dude. I mean, definitely was better with the
Because they went with
Braves.
Arcia, who's
He's on the Rockies.
He's on the Rockies now.
Yeah, they DFA'd him and then he got picked up by the Rockies.
Oh, okay, I got you. So I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of possibilities out there.
Endless.
Yeah. And I just want to see if there's anything else on Twitter regarding this before I just check the leaderboard update.
The Braves have been trotting Nick Allen out there at short.
How about Cody Bellinger? I just saw this during his 14-game hitting streak. 196 WRC plus, 400 average, 10 homers, not 10 homers, 10 RBIs, 3 home runs. So obviously he's been on fire.
Good for him, dude.
And let's see. And then Chris Kirshner saying there might not be a player the Yankees are more defensive about than Anthony Volpe. Cashman said yesterday Volpe is part of the solution. Ask Boone a critical question, will likely be annoyed, but let's take a closer look at why Volpe shows reason for concern. And yeah, because he hits 217. That's why there's a reason for concern.
You don't think he's gonna figure it out? Like you're over it, out, gone?
What do you think, Danny?
I think I was someone that was, I would say, a defender up until like
yesterday.
It got no. It's I would say like for the past month, I've been like he needs to be sent down. He needs the time to work on it because even before the season, he said, "I'm really excited to see what happens this year. I think I have enough footage on pitchers," but he didn't do anything to change his approach, to change his stance, to change his swing, and just expected to get better results because he's been around the league 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like that doesn't do anything. That doesn't mean that you're a better player.
Yeah, no.
For me, he's Kwame Brown. Like Stephen A. He is a scrub. Like,
yeah.
I just don't see it.
Get it out of here.
I mean, right? Some renaissance for Volpe. I cannot see it.
I don't see it unless they send him down to AAA and let him get coached, let him work on stuff.
Yes.
But I don't see them doing that. I think it's the Yankees hurting him.
Yeah. And it's a shame because they started out the right way, giving him that unlimited run, but then obviously he's been there so long and it's still not showing anything. So he's got to be redefined.
Yeah, you're right, dude. Do you think for him though, do you think a change of scenery will help him? Do you think maybe it's just or you think it's just nah, he's just doesn't have it?
Maybe, I guess. Right? I mean, I guess if he's coached well, but I'm just tired of waiting for it, and I'd rather live and die with George Lombard at this point.
Yeah, no, I mean you said it, dude. So,
and then, I was gonna go to the. By the way, this is kind of funny. Cullum in the chat also says Suarez or we riot, and if we dump Volpe, we go streaking. You know what? No, we're gonna say.
You going streaking with him?
No, I was just gonna ask. What do you guys think it would help the team more, getting rid of Volpe or getting Suarez?
Getting Suarez.
Yeah, I would say getting Suarez too.
It just the perfect combination would be Lombard and Suarez. But do you think it would be a mistake to put Lombard there right now or no? Or just because I'm just looking at it as I can't see how he would be worse than Volpe.
Yeah, I know that someone mentioned it in the comments, I think a few weeks ago. He's still scrawny, George Lombard is. So I think he just needs time to bulk up. And then with Volpe, it's I don't bet on George Lombard being an outstanding hitter, coming right up. I'd rather have Volpe. And I feel the past 2 days with Peraza at third and Jazz at second, you've seen
defense
picked up. The only thing is he throws low, and that's how Will Warren couldn't get the double play on Tuesday. But other than that, I think it's better to at least know the devil than have the hype after they struggled for so long and then not have anything.
Yeah.
George Lombard just not being ready yet.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely true. So we'll have to see what happens, but definitely pumped to watch the game later. And then was just looking at the leaderboard in Scotland. Don't really see too many changes. I don't know if you noticed anything, Tony, but it's I didn't realize Scotty Scheffler shot 3 under, so he's tied for 13th. But I guess it's because most of the golf has been played. Hovland and Schauffele are now through 10, so I guess they parred their last 3. Bobby Mack, defending champ, 2 under. But yeah, that's kind of really where we are with everything. But like I said, and then Landon Holder says, "Hey, I call y'all."
Call us what?
Did he call?
Oh, I don't know.
Wasn't that the person
Did he call me?
That was
from Texas?
Texas, but was a Mets?
Oh my God, he did call me.
No, Texas Yankees fan.
He was a Yankee fan.
Oh, he's right.
And then all his friends came in.
Okay. And his friends came in yesterday.
He can call back if he wants.
Yeah.
at the buzzer here. I guess I don't know. My phone didn't go off. That's weird.
I mean, yeah, Landon. I mean, 90 seconds are available if you like them.
90 seconds. Yeah.
I don't know if he's still.
But if not, dude, binge buddies tonight, dude.
There we go.
I think we're gonna do 8:00. I think we got slated for.
What's on top?
I'm gonna see Superman today. New Superman movie.
I didn't even know there was this.
Comes out. Lennon's calling.
There we go.
Today, dude. 3:45 movie. Stoked for it. We got Landon on the line from Texas. What's up, buddy? Hello,
Landon.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Not much. Just waiting on know that what my thing is I think we should trade Anthony Volpe and Devon for CJ Abrams for the Nationals.
For Abrams.
Wait, but did you say Devin Williams?
I said Anthony Volpe.
Oh, I thought you
Volpe
said
for CJ
Volpe
Abrams.
and Devin Williams. For some reason, I thought you said that.
Interesting, dude.
No.
But I mean, Volpe's not going to be enough to get CJ Abrams. That's the thing, you know. And I'd rather, honestly, than give up a big package for Abrams. I'd rather just wait for Lombard. You know.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I'm going to go for a big package, I want to get a third baseman.
I mean, would you give up Lombard for Abrams or
no?
No, definitely not.
No, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Jose Ramirez is questionable if we give up Lombard, but
yeah,
I just feel like I want that middle of the order third baseman, especially Ramirez that can play defense, steal bases, hit home runs, be clutch. He's everything that we're looking for.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't hate the Abrams idea. He's a great player.
Yeah, it just, you know what I mean? If we're gonna part with those pieces, like I'd rather get somebody different. Like I think Abrams is great, but I think that, I mean, that's gonna cost a ton.
Yeah,
definitely. Volpe is so diminished his value. You know? But what do you think also, Landon, about the last few games? You think this is the turnaround now, or what do you think?
Definitely a turnaround. I liked how the day before, and then Jazz, you know how he hit the 2 home runs. He definitely had a good. I mean, I'm expecting him to be good. I'm always expecting Stanton to get back on track and goods and everything. Just been good and where he needs to be. And I just been hoping that Paul Goldschmidt can keep on doing what he's doing, and maybe then we get the getting better. I think as soon as we get the bullpen and start the pitchers going, I think we'll be really good. It's it. As long as we stay ahead of the Red Sox, I'm happy.
Yeah. No, and the pitching. Yeah, the pitching is key. Hopefully Stroman gives us something tonight. But, yeah, I'd love to really go all out for the bullpen, get somebody that's really like an established closer or a high-end setup guy. I think that's what we need, especially because the Weisger's not right. We got to wait a little bit for Cruz. So I think we should get 2 relievers. But I think we'll be active. And it just the last 3 games have been a good feeling. And I love Jason Dominguez is, I think, one of the things to get most excited about. I think let's keep him at leadoff the rest of the season. Let's play him every day. So yeah, I think there's a lot to be excited about, but you know, we'll have to see what happens.
Do y'all remember who we traded for Anthony Rizzo? I forgot where he went. I know we sent Guerrero Torres to the Tigers.
Wait,
I was trying to remember where he went.
Wait, where Anthony Rizzo went?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out.
No one picked him up, and he's done some work for MLB Network actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah, I mean that's why we got rid of him basically. Yeah, he's definitely cooked. But yeah, Goldschmidt's done well. But you know, I think he's older too, so I think they're going to manage his playing time. Maybe Rice gets some more bats. He hasn't played the last 2 days, so I would imagine he'll be in the lineup today. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it's a good feeling, and I think the worst is behind us, and I'm confident we'll overtake first from the Jays. But we'll see. And then other than Abrams, anybody else you got your eye out for the trade deadline or no?
Let me see here. There's another one that I've been having my eye on, and it's from the let me think of his name. Tim Anderson. I don't know if he still plays. He's a person that used to play for the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, I mean, listen, 5 years ago, even, it'd be a good idea, but he hasn't been hitting recently, so I don't know. That would be somebody maybe they would put in the minor leagues and see if anything would happen, but it'll be interesting. We'll see. But listen, Landon, thanks for calling. We appreciate it. Definitely give us a call back again soon. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go Yanks.
Go Yanks.
And then Jason Custudio says Tim Anderson is cooked, which I know we were all thinking that as well.
Tim Anderson's cooked, dude.
And then my apologies, Tony, but you said binge at 8 or 7?
8.
There we go.
Yeah, that's
Manny
right.
or no?
No Manny.
You and Mike.
And Joey.
Joey's
coming to see the movie with us.
There
I believe he'll be on the show. So it should be time, dude. Superman, very highly awaited movie here.
I have such a hard time thinking you're gonna like it, but I hope you do.
I hope I do too.
It just seems like that, dude. Like
I know, dude. And it's just I don't know. It seems like a grand movie. Like it seems like big movie type
box
of
office bonanza,
exactly, dude. So because of that, dude, I mean, definitely I have
high expectations. Hard
dude.
to always meet those.
We'll see. This is opening weekend, dude. This is a big deal. Big deal.
And then Jason also says, I hope they fix the bullpen. And Landon adds, well, he wasn't that bad of a player. I mean, anybody can hit.
I don't know, though.
Yeah,
reviving.
yeah.
He's with the Angels right now, no?
No, he got released.
Yeah, he got released. I think he was only there to fill in for Zach Neto.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's over. But
bag of balls?
Yeah, bag of balls. But
Tim Anderson and Harrison Bader are not worth the same amount.
Okay.
Bag of used balls. How about
there
that?
We go.
Dude? All right.
There we go. But I think that about does it. But definitely a great show today. Thank you for everybody for tuning in, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony Michael, Renee, and Jay and Costa, and the merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Mets.
And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.